you are new to my channel and you're not subscribed, you should definitely do that because I really don't have a really good reason, but like I'm pretty cool, so I mean. So today's video is going to be a Q&A. It's going to be a mental health Q&A. I asked you a week ago or a few weeks ago to ask me questions about depression and anxiety for my new mental health series. This is the kickoff. I guess this is the first episode of my mental health series. It's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna be really full of really insightful, good advice. So if you need some of that, stay tuned. I'm just gonna jump right in, and if you want to be featured in the next Q&A, not only just like a mental health Q&A, but like a random Q&A, comment below a question or message me a question on any of my social medias and you will pretty much be featured in my next Q&A. Okay, so the first question is, what do you do to cope with anxiety so you can focus on your job / school? Well, some of these questions I'm really not gonna be able to ask because it's like, I'm not making this series to say that I've mastered my anxiety or like got over my depression, because like I haven't done either. I'm still a freaking mess. I'm still a disaster. But like I've definitely made an improvement, so that's why I'm doing it. I'm gonna give you the best advice that I can in any of these questions, but obviously they're not gonna be perfect answers because I'm still going through this shit. But what I do to cope, I just kind of step back from the situation. I don't have a job. I just do school. I do online school. If I'm ever overwhelmed with my schoolwork, it's usually because I procrastinated it to the end of the week, which I really need to try and stop doing. But that's usually the reason why I'm always stressed about my work. It's because I procrastinate to the end of the week and then it's due on Sunday, and I'm doing it on Saturday night or even Sunday night, so. But usually I will just try and step away from the situation and then do something fun for a bit. Kind of leads me to procrastinating more, but like still, like it helps me rethink my situation. Like if you are at your job, obviously you can't just step away and like not want to deal with it, but you can like take a breather, like relax, deep breath in and deep breath out. Like just like stop what you're doing. I keep looking over there because like I feel like my camera keeps going out of focus, but I could be imagining this whole thing, so sorry if I'm looking at the viewfinder. Stop in your tracks, stop what you're doing, and just breathe. If you're in a situation where you can't do that, like maybe you work at a grocery store or you work, I don't know, somewhere where you're like hands-on, like have to keep checking out people, kind of just while you're doing it, just try and calm yourself down. I don't know if that made any sense, but really just stop thinking about whatever you're stressed about, take your deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and then reevaluate, and don't like make it seem so over dramatic. Like don't have such crazy thoughts, if that makes any sense. What do you think about the mental health area on Tumblr and Instagram that in a sense encourages / romanticizes illnesses? I hate it, honestly. There's like a community that like promotes self-harm and like encourages you to like cut deeper, and if you try to kill yourself and you fail, like you're a disappointment, like all this stuff, like, and I think that community is so disgusting, and obviously like, I'm never gonna be a part of it, never like support that. It's disgusting, it really is. But not just that community, but the other one that kind of makes depression seem like it's a trend or seem like it's a cool thing to have or anything like that. Like it's not cool. I just really don't like that community. I don't like how they promote having depression or like make it seem like it's a cool thing, so some people like fake that they have depression or start self-harming because they want attention, because they want people to like feel bad for them even though they are not even sad in the first place. Next question, if a friend is depressed and getting help but they're going through a tough time, what are some things that they would want to hear and what would comfort them? Definitely that you're there for them. Just let them know that you're there. Even if they don't want to talk about it, just let them know that you are there. You are there to listen, even if you don't understand what they're going through because you don't go through it yourself. Just let them know that you're there, you care about them, and you love them, and you will love them no matter what. I've had friendships in the past ruined by that because my friends weren't there for me. If you're someone who's watching this video and doesn't go through the depression, but you have a friend that goes through depression and you just don't know how to relate to them, you don't have to. You don't need to relate. You don't need to go through the same thing to be friends with them and understand and be there for them. I had a friend that didn't relate to me and I wasn't expecting them to relate. I was just expecting them to be there for me and they weren't, and that's why we're not friends anymore, and obviously I don't want that to happen with you guys. So if you're in a situation like that, just let them know that you are there for them and you are an ear to listen. You're there to listen, basically. Yeah, okay. Just let them know that they are loved and cared about, and it does not make them a burden. Another thing, do not let them seem like if they're expressing their feelings that it's drama or it's them being over dramatic, because it's literally just them expressing their feelings. And if you are someone who's depressed or whatever and needs to express your feelings to someone and then they react and like say like you're so much drama or you're over dramatic, then screw them and go find a friend that actually cares about you. How long did it take for people to understand what you were going through, and how are you dealing with it, and if you are okay and getting better? Well, thank you so much. The amount of people who are like, I want to make sure you're okay, and like, are you better? Like, how's your, like, they are so sweet. I love you guys so much. Everyone who said something like that to me, like, I love you. My phone case is so disgusting. It honestly took quite a while for my parents to like find out and like realize what was going on in my life. But for friends, I feel like I never really told anyone about this until I got into middle school, and I got really comfortable with like expressing what was going on. I'm sorry if the lighting keeps changing. I'm using natural light. It's a bitch. I just got kind of open in middle school. I feel like a little too open. There was an incident that I actually want to film a story time video about. It's like a short story, but I could also like tell a message, I guess, during it. But it's basically how I told my friend that I did something, she told the counselor, and she probably saved my life. My friends always knew that I had depression and anxiety. It wasn't like afraid to tell people. At the same time, I tried my best not to glamorize it or make it seem like I wanted to do it for attention. I really just wanted my friends knowing what was going on in my life, because I'm just a very open, I'm literally such an open person, and it can be a really good thing, but a really bad thing at the same time. But that's the first question answered, and how are you dealing with it, and if you're okay and getting better. Like I said, I kind of lost a friend because they weren't there for me, so that really does suck. I would say the last month or so I've been doing a lot worse. This series is gonna be me being very honest, but like I feel like the last month or so I've been getting a lot worse. Not like a lot worse, but like definitely not getting any better, just because of school stress and friend stress and losing friends and stuff like that. Feeling like I don't have anybody at the moment. I really don't want to lie to you guys. I really want to be honest. I really want to be like, the series is just going to be me being so honest, and it makes me kind of nervous because like I am putting myself being very vulnerable on the internet, but at the same time, like I don't give a shit. Like I want to be this open person, and I want you to be able to relate to me. I want you to be able to get help from me. So I'm not doing too good right now, but I mean, what is it like dealing with depression and anxiety on a daily basis? Sometimes you really don't notice. Like if you wake up and you just have a good day, like sometimes you don't notice. I mean, you always know it's there, obviously, because you can't really forget it, but like sometimes you just have a really good day and you don't really notice too much, and it's great days. On other days though, your anxiety is through the roof. You're sad for literally no reason, like no like big reason. You're just sad and you're just depressed, and it sucks, but you have to get through it. You just have to think positively, and I know it's so hard, and every advice that I give you guys, I am trying to practice myself. I try to think positive all the time. Does it work all the time? No. Does it work most of the time? Gonna be honest, not really. But my bangs are coming through. Can you go away? You're not wanted. The first and second question that I answered, it's good to just like stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, relax, maybe do something you like doing, like watch an episode of your favorite show, or watch one of your favorite YouTubers, or listen to your favorite song, or maybe write, or anything like that. It can really, really, really help. For me, it's like, I remember laying in bed last night and I was kind of thinking like, what is going on in my life? Like I was trying to think about like what was going on in my life, what I didn't like and what I really liked, and obviously the what I didn't like category was a lot larger than the what I did like category, just because like I said, my life isn't too great right now. Not that I'm saying that I'm not like blessed and grateful for everything that I do have right now, but it's like the bad problems always seem like the bigger problems, even if maybe they're not. I don't know if anything I'm saying in this video is making sense. This is literally, I didn't want to answer, I didn't want to write a script, I didn't want to do anything, plan this video. I just had the questions, I pressed record, and that's it. I'm sorry if it's not making sense. I'm sort of like really tired right now, so what to do with loneliness, not like depression, but like sad for being lonely. Well, like I said 1,000 times in this video, I've lost a few friends because of what I'm going through right now. Well, not only that, I'm not blaming myself, because for sure not my fault, but like it has something to do with what I'm going through. So I have been extremely lonely lately. I've been feeling like I'm just alone and I don't really have anybody. But how I deal with that, honestly, personally for me, I talk to the friends that I do have and that are there for me, or I'll try to distract myself, which isn't the best thing, obviously, but like it kind of works for me and helps me from doing really bad things to myself, like self-harming. All the things I recommended before, like watching my favorite show or taking a YouTube break, which usually ends up lasting the whole day, or like driving myself to get Dunkin' Donuts, or just driving around. Like driving really helps me. If you're too young to drive, then go on a walk. Maybe go swimming if you have a pool. But just driving helps me so much. I love just driving and thinking. I like listening to music and driving. There's definitely really lonely days where nothing really can help besides laying in bed and having a good cry, or just get out of the house. Just leave your house. How do you act like you're calm and happy in group situations when you're actually really anxious? Like if I'm hanging out with a group of people, or if I'm at a party or anything like that, my anxiety is through the roof. And I told my friend that one time I was at a party, and I like literally told her, sorry, I feel like I have so much highlight on my nose. But I remember being at a party and like pulling my friend to the side and being like, hey, like my anxiety is through the roof right now. Like I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna try and like sit down and calm down. And then she kind of sat with me and it was good. If you're anxious or anything like that in a group situation where you really can't just like get up and leave, I feel like if you have a friend that you can tell and that you trust and everything, and you can just be like, hey, like I feel kind of anxious, like can you just sit with me and can we just like take a breather and relax? I feel like that can really help. Or if you can't, just step out for a second, just be like, I have to pee or anything like that, and then just go to the bathroom and just like take a breather, realize that like you're okay, you're safe. If you're freaking out because you don't think they're gonna like you, or you don't think they're gonna like what you're wearing or how you wear your makeup or the color of your hair or anything like that, just realize that they're not focusing on that. Unless they're like big freaking assholes, then you can just leave that situation because obviously you don't need them. We are our biggest critics. Like we always think the worst of ourselves, even when people aren't thinking that stuff at all. They're probably actually thinking the best of you, or like jealous of you or anything like that. When I see other people and I'm like, wow, I'm so jealous of her hair, or I'm so jealous of what she wears or her attitude or anything like that, I can assure you like 99% of the time, those people that I'm complimenting in my head and being like, I'm so jealous of them, they make me self-conscious, they're saying the exact same things in their head, saying like, wow, that girl is so pretty or anything like that. Like they probably think worse of themselves than you think of yourself. Does that make sense? Have you ever self-harmed? If yes, do you still self-harm? I used to a long time. I thankfully do not have any scars except for I think one on like the side of my thigh. But thankfully I do not have any scars on my wrists. I'm so glad for that. I remember one time I just like was so upset and I kind of went on a rampage. I just talked about this with my therapist, but like I just like totally like just cut up my arm and it was so bad, and I'm just very grateful that none of it's scarred. But if you do have scars, do not be ashamed of them. Do not freak out and say you have to cover them up or anything like that, because you went through it. It's a thing. Like, do you know how strong you are to still be here, to still be fighting? Like, never ever be ashamed of your scars or anything like that, because sure, it was a horrible thing that happened and it's really sad, but they only made you stronger. And I'm not saying that self-harming is a good thing to make you stronger or anything like that, but you went through it. The only thing you can do now is just accept it and realize that you are a very strong, awesome, boss-ass person for still being here. How to dance at a party when you're nervous. You just gotta realize that everybody's kind of joking around, making a fool of themselves, so just join them. If you are at a party and you can't joke around with those people, then maybe you're at a wrong party. Maybe you should just go to a party with different people. I think if you wanna dance and have fun, just go fucking do it. Don't give a shit about what anyone else like thinks. Just have fun, live your life, and if they like make fun of you or anything like that, then screw them. You do not need them. You don't need to listen to them because you're having a good time. You don't need them. What can I do to practice kindness every single day? I liked this question a lot because I thought it was very cute. If you see someone, like if you're out of the store or out grocery shopping or anything like that, and you like someone's shoes or you like their hair or anything like that, compliment them. Do many times I think in my head, wow, her hair is really cute, or her bag is so cute. Go tell them, like tell them that. It'll make their day and it'll be so nice of you to say that. Also, if you want to call your friends randomly, even if you guys are just like not talking that day, not because you're mad at each other, just you haven't talked yet, call them and ask them how their day is. Or call an old friend that you don't really talk to anymore but you're still mutual. Just call them and ask them how they're doing. And I don't know, there's just so many things you can do to like be kind and be nice. And I'm touching my hair so much and it is so disgustingly greasy. I need to wash my hair. Yeah, there are so many things you can do to be kind, and those are literally just some of the little things you can do. And the last question that I'm going to be answering is, how can I make friends more easily? I want to become friends with a really nice and friendly person, but my anxiety makes it challenging to talk to him. I feel like I want to cry out of nowhere even though I'm sad. Honestly, if I had the magic answer to this situation, I feel like my life's problems would be pretty much solved. I don't have the magic answer for how to make friends more easily because I'm struggling with that so much right now. and I really am happy that I'm doing this beginning Q&A because I think I kind of want to, many months from now, maybe even a year from now, I'm going to do a Q&A answering these same exact questions, and I want to see how much my answers change. But for right now, I'm sorry, I don't have the magic answer to how to make friends more easily because I am struggling with it so much. That was my mental health Q&A. That is the first episode of this mental health series. I'm very excited for it, and I hope you guys like this Q&A. I hope it helped. I hope I answered your question, and yeah, I'm getting sick, can you tell? I love you guys so much. I'm sorry this wasn't such an upbeat video. I just couldn't really be too upbeat because like I'm answering very serious-ish questions. So yeah, but next video is gonna be real exciting, real fun. I think it's gonna be a story time video, even though I just did 2. I just have so many stories to tell, or maybe it'll be a rant. I don't know, I haven't filled it yet. Haven't even thought about it, but yeah. I love you guys so much. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.